Hi children, how are you? I am Kameshwari. First, I want to ask one question to you. What is that? What is the period of medieval time? Yes, 700 to 1750. In the last class, I explained you the different terminology and what are the sources of to learn the medieval history and how is the society. These are all things you discussed in the last video. Now in this video, you learn some more about these 1000 years. Okay children, let's get started the lesson, our first lesson. Region and empire. First, you understood the meanings of these two words. What is the meaning of region and empire? Region means a portion of land. Empire. What is the meaning of empire? Means a political unit having an extensive territory. A vast kingdom is called empire. Prashasti. Prashasti, a type of inscription. Already I explained you the what is the definition of inscription. Inscription means it is a writings on rocks. So that is called the Prashasti. In this 1000 years medieval period, large states like those Cholas, Tughlaqs, and Mughals encompassed many regions. These are all kings. They surrounded so many regions. In the next lessons, I will explain in this about the Cholas, Tughlaqs, and Mughals clearly, children. Next. A Sanskrit Prashasti praising the Delhi Sultan Ziauddin Balban. He ruled the vast empire that stretched from Bengal to Ghazni in Afghanistan. He ruled our India in the years between the 1266 to 1287. Between those 2 years, the Sultan Ziauddin Balban ruled our country. He ruled a vast empire, very big kingdom. His empire expands East Bengal to our west Ghazni. Ghazni is located in Afghanistan. And South India also included in his kingdom. People of different regions, Gauda, Andhra, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. These all the people are apparently fell before his armies. Why did they fell before his armies? These are all regions, small kingdoms, but the Ziauddin empire is too big. That's why these are all kings fled before his armies. Okay children, now you studied who are the which kings ruled our country in the olden days, and Prashasti, one example also I explained. Now let us come to the language and region. So many regions I explained. These are all region people had spoken the same language or different languages. Yes, this was explained by one great poet, Amir Khusro. In 1318, the poet Amir Khusro noted that there was different language in every region of this land: Sindhi, Lahori, Kashmiri, Devasamudri, Telangani, Gujarati, Mabari, Gauri, and Awadhi. Each and every language have the different language. One region people had spoken one regional language. These are the examples of those languages. This was explained by Amir Khusro in the year of 1318. Sanskrit. All the inscriptions and books written in Sanskrit language. Sanskrit, which did not belong to any region. This is a separate language. Why? All the people know the languages, but it is different. It is the different language. Why? What is the reason is it is the old language and common people they do not know. They know only regional languages, Kashmiri, Lahori, Telangani. These people, these languages they know very well. But Sanskrit, the common people they did not know. Who know the Sanskrit language in those days is Brahmanas. Only Brahmanas knew the language Sanskrit. So Brahmanas occupies the better place in their societies. They translated Sanskrit to our regional language. They explained all those things to normal people. Already I explained you. Khiljis, Tughlaqs, Balbans, so many people ruled our country. At that time, those people always conquer the neighboring areas. At that time, what did they do? They had followed the pan-regional system. What is that? Pan-regional rule applies to the trends of extending the empire. They want to extending their empires to the region beyond one's own state. Many regional states were emerged along with the decline of Mughal Empire in the 18th century. In the 18th century, what happened? Mughal Empire declined. At that time, the regional states rulers they declared themselves their kingdoms. So they had ruled over themselves. Across most of the subcontinent, the regions were left with the legacies of the big and small states that had ruled over them. Okay, what happened with this? So many changes occurred. What are those changes? People live together, then all the members sharing their ideas and traditions and cultural things, all the things they shared one to another's. Changes of sharing different traditions in the realms of governance, economy, allied cultures and language were brightened. Through the 1,000 years between 700 and 1750, the character of the different regions did not grow in isolation. People learnt a lot of new things, manners, without losing their own culture. And already, all the people have their own culture and identity. In addition to that, they learn some more things from their neighbors. That happened in this pan-regional system in those 1,000 years. All the members are followed this. How did they live together in those times? All are same religion people. How many religions are there in those days? Now let us discuss the religions of those days, old and new religions. The 1,000 years of history that we are exploring witnessed major developments religious traditions. In these 1,000 years, so many changes came in our religious traditions. First, all the members are believe in divine and God. All the members are followed one religions. Now first come to the Hinduism. Hinduism it has a lot of differ from nowadays Hinduism and olden days Hinduism. Hinduism. People worshipped new deities. So many new deities were worshipped by Hindu people. Nowadays also people followed the same thing. And they constructed temples to those deities. And they started giving importance of Brahmanas. Why? They know the Sanskrit language and the priestess also. What is the work of priestess is they perform the yajnas and yagas rituals in the society. So these two are dominant groups in the society. These two are dominant groups in the society. Their knowledge of Sanskrit texts earned the Brahmanas a lot of respect in the society. Their dominant position was consolidated by the support of their partners, new rulers searching for prestige. Some of the new rulers also they appointed one Brahmana in their kingdom. At this time, this was also the period of when new religions appeared in the subcontinent. At the time, what happened? The priestess are doing lot of rituals in the society. It is not a easy task to them. It was too expensive. That's why new religions appeared in our subcontinent. What are those? Islam. Islam entered in the 7th century. How did the Islam entered in our country is the merchants and the migrants they came to our India at the time for the purpose of business. At the time they explained about the Quran. Quran is their holy book. They explained the Islam rules and regulations to the people. Muslim regard the Quran is their holy book and accept the sovereignty of God Allah, whose love, mercy and bounty embrace all those who believe in Him without regard to any social background. Who explained these things to people? The migrants, the merchants. Those people explain these are all things to people. Along with that, some of the kings, Muslim kings, ruled our country also. Islam was interpreted in variety of ways by its followers. Islam is the Prophet Muhammad, the founder of Islam. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, the Islam people were divided into two groups. One group is Shias, next one is Sunni. Shias leaders are Ali. Ali is the who is the Ali is the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. The Shias followed the rules and regulations of Ali. And Shia community. Next, Sunni Muslims followed the old tradition, Khalifa's teachings. Khalifa's teachings were followed by the Sunni community. Ulemas, the first leaders of the Islam. What is the main difference between Shia and Sunni, sir? Most of the Sunni schools are established in our India. That is about our Islamism. Next, another important idea came in our India in this medieval period, that is Bhakti. One of the major developments of this period was emergence of the idea of Bhakti. Here Ramanujacharya and Sankaracharya, both two are the philosophers of the Bhakti. In this Bhakti movement, they explain to people, if you want to reach the God, mediators are no need. Priestess, elaborate sacrifices, no need to do anything. Directly, who is your favorite God, and you worship of your own way. So you reach your God. Between you and your God, priestess no need, they said that thing to our Indians. That's why so many people attracted to this Bhakti movement. Bhakti of loving personal deity that devotees could reach without the aid of priestess or elaborate rituals. You no need to do any elaborate rituals. You don't waste your money also. Okay. Thinking about time and historical periods. We are thinking time is passing day by day, year by year. But in the historian's view, they saw time in different way. The time reflects the changes in the social and economic organization, in the persistence and transformation of ideas and beliefs. Time, it reflects our changes in this time, what are the changes occur in this area. They constructed this building at that time. In the Rajaraja Chola's time, they constructed this temple like that. So time reflects the changes in economical way and social way, and which type of development they had done in which time. These are all things the historians explain you. In the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided the history of India into three periods: Hindu and Muslim and British. Based on the Hindu rulers, what did they do? How did they rule? What are the developments they have done in their time? They described in Hindu. After Muslim period, which type of development they come. But Hindu and Muslim period, big changes, development is very slow. After that, when the Britishers entered in our India developed a lot. In the next lessons, I will explain about you the Britishers, and these are all things. Children, have you understood the lesson? It is not a easy task to Indians because so many changes occurred in these 1000 years. 16th, 17th, 18th centuries entirely different from 6th, 7th, 8th centuries. Britishers arrived after the medieval in this medieval period only. They started business in India. So many changes occurred in these 1000 years. Historians observed these are all things based on religions and kings and how did they rule, and that's way it is not a easy task to them. It is rightly remarked as a huge task to historians. So children, appreciate our historians. Okay, you read this lesson carefully. In the next video, I will explain you the textual exercises. Thank you. Bye.